Hello Ninglings. 2 years ago, the 7 of us were strangers who wanted to develop international friendships by creating videos with each other. Now, we're close friends who can look back on something great that we did together. Before we even started this project, I asked the Ninglings when we thought that this thing should end, and of course nobody wanted to talk about us ending. And then a few months ago, I asked the same question 2 years later, and still, none of us really wanted to talk about the ending, but this time, we knew that it was time for us to sort of end because we weren't able to efficiently keep up anymore. I've put a lot of time into doing things for this channel, and I'm so glad that I have, because that time was spent developing relationships, which, let's be honest, is not something I'm typically good at. Not only were these great relationships formed between us who make videos, but also with those who interact with us in the comments and elsewhere. I'm very thankful for every single person who spent the time to interact with us over the years, in whatever capacity. Your contributions were meaningful and definitely appreciated. I've loved seeing all of these conversations continued even further than the videos themselves by our community. Through this, I've developed great friendships with people across the world, and together we've proven that proximity is not a necessity of friendship. Though it is nice to see each other in person every once in a while, which is something that's definitely going to be happening more in the future. I've encapsulated the past couple of years in these little videos, and I can look back and see what I was thinking at certain parts of my life, and even look at my transition between high school to university. If that's not super dope, I don't know what is. Well, that's a lie. I do. Trampolines. Trampolines are pretty dope. Anyways, I love the Ninglings, I love you guys, and I love creating. It's good to know that none of those things are changing even though the Ninglings is ending, but not really. Ending off on a high note and having a sense of finality is awesome, and I'm glad that the Fellowship, which is the channel that inspired our channel, did that. But here we have more of a I do what I want type of mindset, which means this is only kind of the end, but we still want to collaborate together. And for some of us, that means uploading every once in a while when we feel like something belongs on this channel. I know that I have plenty of video ideas that were meant for this channel that if I ever make will definitely go up here. So here on out, things are going to be different, and it's not going to feel the same, but that's not a bad thing. It's just going to be more like we're wayfarers traveling through a familiar land. If you want a better analogy than that, right now is like the stabbing a wild animal in the heart and thinking it's the end. But it's not, and the thing is still alive, but barely moving and bleeding out. The Ninglings, now perpetually bleeding out. I'm so good at saying goodbyes. We will all be continuing down our own paths of creativity. I will always be creating things, though I'm not too good at sharing it, but when I do share it, you can find that on my social media, which is NerdyMay, for pretty much everything. I can't begin to explain how much this channel has done for me. It sounds cheesy to say, but I seriously don't know where I'd be if it wasn't for this channel. Making videos here has actually developed what I plan on doing with my life, and that is a very scary, cool thing. So here we are, at the end, where things are not going to be the same here as they were before. But we can look back and say that we did something great, and that should only challenge us to do something even greater. Goodbye, Ninglings.